Violence has erupted in Bangladesh, leading to the deaths of at least 6 people and injuring hundreds. This unrest comes as students take to the streets demanding reforms to the quota system that governs government job distribution. But what has triggered these protests? The demonstrations began last month after the High Court reinstated a quota system for government jobs, overturning a 2018 decision by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government to abolish it. The reinstated system reserves 30% of jobs for family members of freedom fighters from the 1971 War for Independence, a move that followed similar student protests in 2018. Introduced in 1972, Bangladesh's quota system has undergone several changes. When abolished in 2018, 56% of government jobs were reserved under various quotas. These included large portions for freedom fighters' families, women, those from underdeveloped districts, indigenous communities, and the disabled. The current protesting students are demanding the abolition of all categories except for the indigenous and disabled quotas. The protests turned violent this week, with clashes between thousands of anti-quota demonstrators and members of the student wing of Hasina's Awami League party. Police fired rubber bullets, sound grenades, and tear gas to disperse the protesters, who blocked railway tracks and major roads. The protesters argue that the 30% quota for freedom fighters' families favors Awami League supporters, creating an unfair advantage. With stagnant job growth in the private sector, public sector jobs, known for their regular wage hikes and privileges, are highly sought after. These quotas reduce the number of jobs open to all, affecting aspirants who want merit-based recruitment. Additionally, high youth unemployment and economic stagnation are fueling the anger, with nearly 32 million young people out of work or education from a population of 170 million. Bangladesh's economy, once one of the world's fastest growing, has now stagnated. Inflation hovers around 10% and dollar reserves are shrinking, adding to the frustration of the youth. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Bangladesh's founding father Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, has condemned the violence and called for patience until the Supreme Court delivers its verdict. These protests mark the first significant challenge to her government since she won a 4th consecutive term in January in elections boycotted by the main opposition. As tensions remain high, the future of Bangladesh's quota system and the demands of its young citizens hang in the balance. The coming days will be crucial in determining the direction of this significant social movement. Stay informed about this developing story. Subscribe for more updates and in-depth analysis.